Movie theaters have been an important part of American culture for well over 100 years, and though the industry isn't as booming as it once was, it's still very popular. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, these places had to close, some even for good. It's still not yet known how much damage COVID did to the movie theater industry, but this virus will have a lasting effect on the industry for years to come.
The show starts in 5 minutes.
This week, I asked my classmates about their opinions on movie theaters. Here's what they had to say. I asked them quite a bit of questions, but the first question I asked was really simple. Do you miss movie theaters?
Absolutely, I miss movie theaters.
Yes, I miss movie theaters. That was like the highlight of my weeks here as a youngin' growing up in Charleston. I was like, oh my gosh, like I finally found like $7. I can now afford one ticket to a subpar movie.
Not really. My life wasn't really any different without going to the theaters than it was with. Like the only difference is that my dad won't drag me to the theater every week.
I then asked them what makes watching a movie in the theater so special.
I think what makes it special is the ices. No, I'm completely joking.
I think just the experience of movie theaters makes it stand out against just like watching it at home or something. You get to, plan a night to go watch a movie with some friends or even by yourself or something like that.
Honestly, whenever you watch a film, there's plenty of times where I watch a film and it's on the TV and I'm like, yeah, this was definitely meant for my eyes to be seeing this at like 50 times the size they're seeing it right now.
Just being able to kind of enjoy something with other people of whom you don't know. Like I like just, we're all in a movie, we all go, we're all surprised at the same time and it kind of feels like community, and then we all leave and we go home, but we experience this together and in a new space. So it's not like in my basement, I was able to go out and experience that.
We all know that watching in a movie theater is a lot different than at home, but not everyone agrees that it's better to watch in the theaters. So I asked them, do they prefer to watch movies at home?
It depends. If it's something like that's okay, there's movies that are clearly meant for theater viewings, like Godzilla, like kaiju films or like Marvel films. But like, if it's something like an animated film or something like a documentary or something like that, like I have no quarrels with watching it at home.
I probably prefer to watch at home, just because if I need to, I can, pause or something like that. But nothing can replace like the feeling of watching a movie in the theater.
There's pros and cons to both, because at home, if I really have to go to the bathroom, hey, I can pause it. Whenever I was a young kid, I used to be like, hey mom, pause the movie. And she's like, Sharifa, you can't pause the movie, we're at a movie theater. And I was like, well, that kind of sucks now, doesn't it?
At home, I would definitely say probably comedies honestly work really well at home because you're not focused on the sound design.
The main genre I prefer to watch in a movie theater is horror, just because of the sound. Like you can really get to experience it and be embraced in the movie. And when you watch at home, it's just not the same experience because you don't have that surround sound and you don't have the big screen if there's jump scares, something like that.
With no movie theaters open, I wonder, is streaming the future of movie releases? Or are theaters going to make a comeback post-COVID? I asked them what they thought.
Well, for the sake of the fact that I invested money in AMC, I really hope that movie theaters do come back, but I hope that movie theaters come back better. That's what I want. I want, viewing experiences that are inclusive. So if you need subtitles, you can go and watch that movie with subtitles. There can be an option to do that.
Oh no, I'm sure theaters will definitely stick around because as much as companies want to start forcing people to stay at home and watch it on their TV through their streaming services, people don't like doing that. It gives us an excuse to go out and see the film itself rather than like, because everybody already is staying in their house enough as is, not even just COVID, like pre-COVID.
I do think that streaming will be a way to release new movies just because of people's preferences, and some people can't even leave their houses anymore. So, but I don't think that it will ever replace the movie theaters. I think the movie theaters will open back up, and it's going to be a hit when they open back up again.
While the future of movie theaters are still unknown, we're starting to see the light at the end of this epidemic, and with that hopefully comes the revival of cinemas all over the world. Movie theaters bring us together, and after a global pandemic, it's exactly what we need.